Hey everybody, we're going on to chapter 28 here, and this chapter was a real treat because we get to see a character we haven't seen in a while. I'll tell you who that is in just a moment here, but first off, I thought this chapter started off kind of nice, and I don't know if I've mentioned this in previous videos before, but every single chapter in Dune starts with sort of a note, historical record, a statement from the Princess Irulan, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I know from watching the movie and from cheating that Paul ends up marrying her for political reasons, not for love. And she's essentially documenting a whole bunch of stuff about the chosen one. But this particular note talks about how beautiful Caladan was, Paul's old home world, how it was, much more of a water planet, very lush, essentially a paradise. And I just thought it was cool getting that reminder of where the characters came from, this really wonderful world to now this desolate place. So pretty neat. But yeah, the character we're talking about today is Gurney Halleck. So he's our minstrel friend, who's also kind of a soldier, warrior type of person. And him and about 70 of his soldiers survived the Harkonnen attack, and now they're in some sort of like cavern with this guy named Staben Tuek, son of Esmer Tuek. And I like that whole son of thing. It reminds me of Lord of the Rings. I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, and everyone was a son of something in that book. So this smuggler in Gurney, they kick up a conversation about how the Tuek really wants Gurney and his men to join up with this group of smugglers. They seem to me kind of like an independent group trying to lay low. They don't really want to cause trouble with the Harkonnens. They do not love the Harkonnens. They're also not wanting to cause trouble with the guild. Just kind of want to do their thing, make their money, do their smuggling. So a neat little independent third party group being inserted more intentionally into the story. Of course, Gurney being more of the feeler type of person. He's like, well, what if Paul? What if the Duke? And Tuek kind of shares, well, we're almost 100% sure they're all dead. And Gurney's trying to figure out, is he going to join this Tuek guy or not? Eventually, he ultimately does decide we also to join Tuek, and we also see his softer side, Gurney's that is, that he wants his own troops to make their own decision, but he does agree he'll try to convince his soldiers to join up with Tuek. We also find out that Gurney has a major vendetta against the new leader of Dune, the Baron Harkonnen set up, the guy named Rabin. His full name, I have to reference it here, is Count Rabin of Lankyvale. Just hates the guy, wants to kill him. But this is where Tuek's like, no, you can't go cause trouble with the Harkonnens. We don't want to get on their list here. So there's this bit of back and forth about Gurney wanting to be a little more aggressive and Tuek not wanting to be aggressive. Eventually, though, Gurney goes and he's going to go talk to his troops and try to get them to join up with Tuek. And he finds out that one of his people named Matai is on the verge of death. And I was getting towards the end of this chapter. I'm like, oh, is Gurney not going to sing or give us any poetry? How disappointing this is. But of course, this dying guy wants a final song from his commander. So Gurney goes over and I can't tell if he was singing it or he was at least playing an instrument. Some other person was singing the song. And then at the end of the chapter and at the end of the song, poor Matai dies. So anyway, it was kind of, I don't know, I thought this was an interesting chapter. Definitely something I don't remember at all from the movie, so it probably didn't make it in, so that makes it more exciting for me. And nice to see some more, characters getting inserted back in. Over halfway through, I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'm surprised we're getting some more plot threads added, but, I know these will all come together in the end, in the final act. So I am curious to see how Gurney's role plays out. As a reminder, I am a sci fantasy author, and if you like Dune, there's a reasonable, if not high probability, you'll also like my book, The Song of Immeru, Earth's Door. A lot of neat sci-fi elements that are becoming more and more applicable. I feel like, in as as things move on, even now it's set in the near future. But there's also some fantasy elements. I think it's a pretty neat blend there. If you want to check it out, more information and links below. So until next time, take care.